I'm Eunice, and this is my presentation for the module Leadership and Organizations. In this assignment, I'll evaluate the effectiveness of transformational leadership by focusing on Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX. These two organizations operate in a very fast-paced and complex industries. Electric vehicles and clean energy in the case of Tesla, and commercial space exploration and satellites technology in the case of SpaceX. Elon Musk has played a major role in building these companies from the ground up, and his leadership style is often described as visionary, bold, and high risk. I'll explore his leadership through five key areas: organizational power, structure, culture, change, and how we can measure effectiveness. I'll end with a reflection on what I've learned about leadership and how I hope to apply it in my own career. Elon Musk has become one of the most recognizable business leaders of our time. He's been involved in many ventures, but here we focus on Tesla and SpaceX. Tesla was founded in 2003. Musk joined in 2004 as a major investor and chairman of the board. He became CEO in 2008, a role he continues to hold. Tesla now employs over 127,000 people globally and produces electric vehicles, battery storage systems, and solar technology. Its operations stretch across the US, Europe, and Asia. SpaceX, on the other hand, was founded by Musk in 2002. It focuses on rocket design, reusable launch systems, and satellite infrastructure. SpaceX works with NASA, governments, and private clients. It has over 13,000 employees and is privately valued at more than 180 billion. Musk's leadership is often labeled as transformational. He builds strong emotional commitment and around bold goals, such as accelerating the world's shift to clean energy or enabling life on Mars. His influence stretches beyond business, shaping public attitudes towards technology, sustainability, and the future. Let's begin with French and Raven's 5 bases of power. This framework explains how leaders gain and use power to influence others. Legitimate power is Musk's former authority as CEO and founder. He sets strategic directions, approves budget, and makes key personnel decisions. Expert power is one of the Musk's strongest traits. He is known to engage directly with engineers on rocket population, software coding, and battery design. His technical understanding gives him credibility and influence, especially with Tesla and SpaceX highly skilled workforces. Then we have referent power, which is about charisma and admiration. Musk's public image, his boldness, and his willingness to take risks attract followers both within and outside the organization. His vision inspires many to join his mission. Reward power also plays a role, particularly through employee stock options and career growth in fast-moving, high-impact environments. Employees are motivated by the opportunity to work on meaningful, world-changing projects. Finally, Musk use coercive power in some cases, setting tough deadlines, expecting long working hours, and tolerating little room for error. There are reports of high pressure and internal tension, especially when product delivery is delayed. This combination of powers creates a leadership environment that's driven, fast-paced, and results-focused. But it can also be demanding and stressful for the staff. At Tesla and SpaceX, Musk has implemented a flat and decentralized structure. This structure supports speed, innovation, and direct problem solving. In most organizations, decision goes through multiple layers of approval. At Tesla and SpaceX, teams are encouraged to make decisions quickly and collaborate across departments. Musk often sends direct emails to staff at all levels. He skips middle managers and expects everyone to align with his mission. This structure fits with a transformational leadership style where open communications and team autonomy are encouraged. However, there are trade-offs. While speed improves, clarity can suffer. Employees might not always know who's responsible for what or feels unsure about how their work fits into broader goals. Also, the company becomes highly dependent on Musk himself. When decision making is centralized around a single person, it raises risk around succession and continuity. Overall, the structure works well in the current context, but as the company grows, more balance may be needed between agility and formal coordination. Musk's leadership has shaped a strong, high-performance culture at both Tesla and SpaceX. According to Shine's model of organizational culture, there are three layers. The first is artifacts, things you can see, like opened workspaces, engineers working nights and weekends, and Musk himself sleeping at the factory. The second is espoused values. These include innovation, disruption, and speed. At Tesla, the goal isn't just to build cars, it's to lead the clean energy revolution. And finally, basic assumptions, the unspoken beliefs. These include the ideas that working under pressure is normal and that it's okay to fail as long as you try again and improve. This culture encourages experimentation and ambition. Many employees feel a strong sense of purpose, which increases motivation and productivity. However, the same culture can also create burnout. High turnover and emotional exhaustion have been reported, especially during big product launches or fundraising rounds. While this culture suits mass vision, it may need more structure around work-life balance and employee support, especially as the company scales. Mass ability to lead change can be analyzed through Kotter's 8-step change model. Step 1 is to create urgency. Musk does this by framing goals like solving climate change or reaching Mars. These goals create emotional and practical urgency. Step 2, building a guiding coalition. Musk surround himself with skilled, committed leaders like Tesla's engineers and SpaceX mission directors who share his vision. Step 3, develop a clear vision and strategy. His goal of transitioning to sustainable energy or colonizing Mars provides a unifying purpose. Step 4, communicate the vision. He shares it through company town halls, public interviews, internal emails, and even social media, especially X, formerly Twitter, where he speaks directly to millions. Step 5, remove obstacles. Musk strips away red tape and encourages engineers to work across departments. He empowers staff to challenge ideas, even his own. Step 6, generates short-term wins. Each rocket launch, product release, or performance milestone is celebrated and used to build momentum. Step 7, sustain acceleration. He constantly pushes the boundaries of what's possible, scaling operations, testing new prototypes, and entering new markets. Step 8, anchor changes in culture. At both companies, innovation, resilience, and speed have become the cultural norms. Musk leads change not only structurally, but emotionally. He gives team a reason to believe. However, without strong middle leadership, that change can exhaust teams over time. To assess whether Musk's leadership is effective, I've used the balanced scorecard by Kaplan and Norton. This model goes beyond profits and looks at four key areas. The first is financial performance. Tesla has a market value of over 800 billion and remains one of the most valuable car companies in the world. SpaceX is privately valued at over 180 billion, a remarkable achievement for an aerospace startup. Second is customer perspective. Tesla has high brand loyalty and industry-leading net promoter scores. SpaceX consistently wins contracts from NASA and commercial satellite providers, proving strong customer trust. Third is internal business processes. Tesla uses vertical integration, producing much of its hardware and software in-house. SpaceX reuses rockets to reduce launch costs. Both companies iterate quickly. The fourth area is learning and growth. This is where both companies could improve. High employee turnover and limited formal development programs suggest that while innovation is strong, internal learning isn't always prioritized. In short, Musk's leadership delivers powerful results in financials, customer satisfaction, and operations. But long-term sustainability depends on investing more in company and in employee well-being and leadership development. Working on this assignment has been a valuable learning experience. I've learned that transformational leadership can drive innovation, energize teams, and push industries forward. Elon Musk has done this at an incredible scale. But I've also learned that even visionary leaders must find balance. Ambition needs empathy. Speed must be paired with sustainability. The models from this module, financial relevant, shine, quarter, and balanced scorecard help me to see how leadership is not just about personality, but structure, systems, and people. I found it especially interesting to reflect on how culture and structure affect employee experience, something I hadn't considered deeply before. One challenge I faced was translating academic theory into real world examples in a clear and concise way. But through this, I've built more confidence in applying theory into practice. In the future, I hope to lead with clarity, purpose, and emotional intelligence, blending vision into care with care for people. This module has not only improved my academic understanding, but helped me to define what leadership means to me. That's all for my presentation. Thank you so much for your time.